City won the treble and we're about to sign Josko Gvardiol. We've got Edison and Aki, Gvardiol and Kanji, Ruben Diaz, Johnny Stones. Welcome back to another video. The news has kicked off. I was in town getting a new pair of glasses because I lost them last night like an absolute muppet. Of course, it all happened when I was over in Manchester. Back at home now, and I'm looking forward to talking about Josko Gvardiol. It's all been absolutely kicking off, and it looks like finally that here we go from Fabrizio Romano is absolutely prophetic. It's absolutely going to happen. He is going to be a Manchester City player. Loads of very reputable journalists, including my friend Mike Miney over BBC Manchester, have reported that City have finally agreed a fee. Jack Gaughan's gone with it too. Sky are going big on it. Fabrizio is absolutely reveling in it. And it turns out, as LPG just said, Cheeky does know what he's doing. We have got this guy in, and all those people who are absolutely shitting it and presuming it was going to fall out were just panicking. It was always going to get done, and it's going to be for a fee of around £77 million, which is actually still not the most expensive defender in world football. That falls on Harry Maguire's rather broad and square shoulders. But it isn't going to be that fee. It's going to be £77 million, which to me is, look, it's not cheap. It isn't cheap. But these days, in the light of what we've seen going around, it doesn't feel insane. Not absolutely insane. You know, we've seen Fofana go for all that, and we've seen Declan Rice for 105 million, Enzo Fernandez for 105 million. We've got the best young centre-back in world football, and don't get me wrong, he is that level of good. He is a special talent, and he's going to be a Manchester City player. Now, I'll jump over to the tweets that show it all. Confirmed by Mike Miney, or my friend Mike Miney of BBC Manchester, who I do the We're Not Really Here podcast with. And he's because we've got Gvardiol. Oh no, Mike, it's not going to be that. It's going to be, you know, I've had Josko Gvardiol. I've had that in my head for ages. It's not a good one. Anyway, but he said 90 million fee, Josko Gvardiol, no add-ons. Adjusted for exchange rates, Gvardiol is cheaper than Harry Maguire and is viewed as a good investment by Man City, with the defender set to spend over a decade at the top level. Medical expected by the end of the week. A fee agreed of £90 million. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. Genuinely wonderful. Of course, Jack Gaughan's gone big on it as well, the Daily Mail. These are both very connected people. So City have agreed a £78 million deal for RB Leipzig's Josko Gvardiol. The agreement falls just shy of United's £80 million fee. That's definitely a Man City leak, that, by the way. The Harry Maguire thing mentioned. If both Mike and Jack are mentioning it, you can tell City wanted to get it out there, you know. They wanted to get it out there that it ain't what they're paying. It ain't what they're paying. And he's still a cracking deal, but he's still not as expensive as Harry Maguire. Jack is right that Man City have said that he seems a force, could be around for the next decade. It's funny that Jack said that and Mike said that. That's clearly come from Manchester City. They're both basically saying the same things about Harry Maguire and about the next decade and all that kind of stuff. That's come from Manchester City. Obviously, Jack's put it in quotes as well. Medical is expected to take place by the end of the week. Told me the In The Know guy was saying, there we go, was saying that he'd be at Wembley. And to be honest, I think he was right. So fair play to Tom. We've got to give him the credit. Josko Gvardiol said in 2021, I started as a left back, but then the coach changed my position to a striker and I finished as a right winger. Everything except goalkeeper. That's not a joke. I dreamt of being a striker. If that isn't a Guardiola centre-back, what is, man? What is a Guardiola centre-back if it isn't that quote right there? And to me, like, look, I really want to talk about Gvardiol. I want to talk just how special a footballer. There's a very good argument here that for the level that Haaland is as a striker of his age, Gvardiol is probably in a similar level for his position. Like, I'm not kidding here. He is literally like an elite level talent. As the people say online, generational. Like, Gvardiol is a generational level talent. Like, he's a superstar. Like, you talk about the best young players in world football. You talk about people like Haaland and you talk about Bellingham, and you talk about Gvardiol. He's up there. He really is. And he's coming to Manchester City Football Club, and that's fucking exciting. That's really exciting. Genuinely, really exciting. We've got a guy who could have a legacy of an all-time great. You look at like the best centre-backs, you look at your Maldinis, and but then you look at people like, I don't know, United, a Rio Ferdinand, or, you know, the ones who were around and won a couple of Champions Leagues and so on. But then you look at Vincent Kompany for us, or you look at, I don't know, I mentioned Ferdinand because he's a ball-playing centre-back, if you know what I mean, and he was around the top for a long time. But then he mentioned someone like Piqué, Gerard Piqué at Barcelona, when he was absolutely immense and he would glide forward past people and get involved in the attacking football. Someone like him, we're talking a genuine great. a genuine great. And I'm looking forward to it. Super chat from Amara Riff saying this is us walking away from deals paying off. Exactly, Amar. Exactly, mate. Look, I guarantee if City hadn't had a history of walking away from transfer deals, as Amar's saying right now, and everyone says, just pay up. They wanted 100 million quid. They wanted probably an extra 7, 8, 9. They probably wanted 100 million euros. And this is 90 million. I think if City hadn't had a history of walking away and saying, look, we're only going to pay what we're going to pay, Leipzig probably wouldn't have caved in a little bit. City have credibility in the transfer market because we stick to our word. And I know as fans it can be frustrating. We just go, just pay. If you just pay, you do what Chelsea do, and you spend £105 million on Enzo Fernandez when he's not a £105 million player. He's a good player, but it's an overpay because everyone knows you're going to pay it. Like United did with Anthony, United did with Maguire and Sancho. They know you're going to overpay, they will demand it. City have an absolute history of not overpaying, and I'm always bang on right. And we give Cheeky all this stick, but he doesn't deserve it. He absolutely does not deserve it. He does not deserve it at all. He absolutely gets it right. He absolutely does. And the fact there's no add-ons as well. It's just. Yeah, give him credit where it's due, and good on you, Nico, for doing it. It's just absolutely, deserved. And Marcus said as well, unless he sees the cheeky pick, I ain't believing a thing. Slab had to world record. Brian, it's crazy, isn't it? A striker position, Gvardiol, maybe Kaiser. Imagine. I'm buzzing about this, honestly. I feel like this is a world-class signing. And look, I'm going to be really respectful for the players that got us a treble. Really respectful. But I do believe Gvardiol improves us potentially. I honestly believe he improves us. Does anyone else feel the same? I feel like he's got this Ruben Diaz kind of power to his game defensively. He loves to defend, and he's still a little bit raw because he's only 21 years old. He's a baby in football terms. But at the same time, he has this he's probably going to be our best progressive defender. It's 77 million with no add-ons, which is a bargain indeed. I mean, that to me is a bargain. That's brilliant. It's a brilliant transfer. And obviously for Leipzig, it's still an awful lot of money. But when you look at the market these days, for a guy who could be one of the greatest centre-backs in world football for a long time, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, but then you've got Gvardiol, right? If you watch how he steps through midfield, I need to find these stats. I saw him earlier. I need to find him somewhere when he was I can't find it, but it was Gvardiol with take-ons and all this kind of stuff. And he was number one in Europe for his age. Here we go. Let me just find it. It's over on Squawker. Hang on. I'll find the stats right now. I saw it earlier. Let me just go over here. The stats are mad with Gvardiol. Here we go. Now look at this. These stats here. For under 23 defenders in the big 5 leagues, the most through balls, the most take-ons completed, second most final third entries, third most possession won in midfield, and ninth most duels won as a centre back. That is absolutely remarkable. So basically, what we've got is we've got the most through balls from it's basically the most creative under 23 defender, the most take-ons. You've got a dribbling and passing machine here. Second most final third entries, i.e. he progresses up the pitch and gets forward loads. Third most possessions won in the middle third, so he's aggressive and getting forward. And the ninth most duels won out of all of the top big leagues of his age. So what you've got basically is the best under 23 centre-back in European football. He's absolutely wild. I mean, he's a superstar, an absolute superstar. I'm going to look at the tweets going around about him. I feel like he's going to be wonderful for Manchester City Football Club. I honestly got a feeling he's going to be a superstar, man. De Bruyne season there's right. Josko Gvardiol and Matteo Kovacic for 103 million combined. It's probably even less than that in the end. It is about that, which is just is absolutely a big deal. Once again, Amar with a super chat. Thank you so much. It is massively appreciated. He's the Holland defenders generational. Mate, I said that at the top of the video, and I stand by that. 90 million euros is 77 million. I think everyone's agreed it's 90 million euros, which is 77 million pounds. It's an absolutely brilliant signing. It's a really good deal, man. I'm buzzing about this. And we have paid less than Harry Maguire, which is obviously a big thing. I've got a video. I've got a write up about him. So I'm going to do my video about Gvardiol. I've written it up, and I'm going to record that pretty soon. About what he's good at and all this kind of stuff. I've got it ready. I'm going to do my stats breakdown on Gvardiol. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to do a proper... When he signs, I'll do my videos, I don't like doing videos until a player actually signs because I feel like I shouldn't do. Proper, the background about him and all that kind of stuff. But I have got it ready. And I've got all the stats ready. I've got all my... I can tell you exactly right now because I've got my notes in front of me. Josko Gvardiol, 21 years old, born 23rd of January 2002 for Leipzig centre-back, of course. Croatia, 21 caps and 2 goals. He was actually known as Little Pep for a while. Because of his surname, in a nod to the ex-Bayern Munich tactician, of course, and ex-Man City player, current Manchester City manager. Apparently, the nickname was more fitting in younger years because he played in midfield before at Zagreb, before the coach moved him back into the heart of defence. The Croatian head coach said he's the best central defender in the world. He's so mature. The way he plays, with the grace he controls the ball, it's amazing. I've got loads to talk about him, basically. But I'll go through it all, of course, in my full reaction video when we sign him and when it's confirmed. I'm going to do an old school one. I will go live, but I'm going to do... the videos we're used to, it's more pre-recording. It had the thing at the bottom when it scrolled across. You remember them? I might broadcast it live though, but I'm going to probably refilm a pre-record and play that because then I'll probably jump live after that if that makes sense. But look, this is a special player. I'm not over-exaggerating here. We've got a guy who's going to be, and I mean this with the greatest respect for Nathan Ake. He's got a similar defensive bullishness to Ake, but he offers so much more going forward. So much more going forward, and I do think we need to. Probably realise just how much it's going to make us a better... we presume defenders are just defenders, but they're not. In the Manchester City system, he operates as more than just a defender. He's part of the attack. And the way our defenders move these days, look at John Stones or whatever, or Rico Lewis, for example, they operate in a way that they contribute to the attacker too. I think Josko Gvardiol will be the most natural for this, actually. I think he really will be. The way he plays, he's going to be wonderful. JM11 said, I know people are saying this is a high price for a defender, but I think this is more than fair for a world-class defender at this age. He's younger than Van Dijk and cheaper than Maguire, who cost us just as much. Exactly. Well, there we go. I think that sums it up pretty well, really. The way I see it playing, Josko Gvardiol was made for that left centre-back role, You'll probably have a back four of Josko Gvardiol on the left, Ruben Diaz on that side, Stones and Akanji. Stones going to midfield every now and then. Occasionally we'll see Josko Gvardiol get forward with Akanji and Diaz sort of holding the fort and Stones dropping back if so. But what we'll have now, instead of just the right-sided centre-back going forward, every now and then Josko Gvardiol will do it instead, which is going to be brilliant tactically. Guardiola will be able to look at these players and go, I'm going to switch it up. So they'll be worried about John Stones bursting forward. Then Josko Gvardiol will be like, do you know what? I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to just get forward and burst past people. That to me it's devastatingly brilliant. I love that we can just do that we can just bring, variety of players through in terms of the sorry about that, the roles and so on. I'm going to build the team right now as it currently stands. As it stands, obviously Haaland through the middle up there. This will be Grealish out here. We need to sign a winger, by the way. I actually think we will sign a winger. I do think we will. I'm going to put Bernardo out here for now. Well, maybe put Foden. Foden out here for now. This will be, I think it'll be something like this. KDB. That'll be Bernardo. Bernardo's staying, by the way. I'm absolutely certain. And I think what we'll see is Gvardiol, Edison and Naki, Gvardiol, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Johnny Stones. With Kyle Walker going, I think it's pretty much set in stone. That's going to be the song, isn't it? It just works. When something just works, you know what I mean? Do you know what? This is a really weird tangent. I remember once I had a dog years ago, and we bought this dog, right, a toy. And I think I bought it as a kid, and the dog just my dog, it's called Erica. Dog didn't like the toy, Sadly, the dog passed away a couple of weeks later because he was just involved in an accident. And the new dog that we got, this is very Alan Partridge I'm on about, just loved that toy. And it was almost like it was meant to be, you know, and like what fitted one to life fitted into another perfectly. This just makes no sense. And I was going to say, the fact that his name just fits into the song so perfectly is similar. It's not even remotely similar, actually. I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. I'm tired. That was very Alan Partridge. But the song fits. Anyway, what am I on about, man? He's not the most expensive, no King Me. Everyone needs to ignore that last 20 seconds. I've lost my mind. I'm very tired. But it's got to be something like this, isn't it? This will be Stonesy. This will be a Kanji. Kanji's got himself into the team, man. It's really impressive. And then Eddie there, of course, as well. It's going to be something like that, isn't it? Oops, what are you doing, Eddie? Get back in the goal, man. He's come out. It'll be something like this, I reckon. With Stones, of course, going up here, and you know, it'll be something like that every now and then. But then the thing is, if City Gvardiol will step forward, and what will happen is we'll see this really weird aggressive formation where Stones comes out rounding that channel there. You know this is going to happen when we've got the ball. Gvardiol will get forward. It's going to be something like that. You know, exactly, WDP. You had to make sure the centre-back name fitted the song. It had to fit the song. And I'm sorry for the tangent. It's going to be, I guarantee every now and then we'll have the ball. It'll be something like this. It'll be crazy. Guardiola will have these players pushing forward, and you'll see this, and it'll be mad. And you'll have Stones doing wonderful things over here when we've got the ball, and Gvardiol will be, and it'll be something like that. And occasionally it'll obviously be more, you know, more formulaic, and they'll be back over here and stuff. But occasionally Stones will come back down here, and Gvardiol, you know what? I'm taking that chance to go that way, and Stones will come back over here or back into the centre. They'll do that every now and then. They mix up where Gvardiol goes forward. Or Gvardiol will probably just play as a more of a traditional fullback and overlap. You know what I mean? Because he can do. There's going to be a variety of options, and that is the beauty of this. That it's not just it's the versatility and the creativity. I think Walker's staying. Who says Walker's staying? Is that like is that everyone's guess, or is it true? You know, is he staying? Unless I missed something there. I don't think he is he? Maybe he will do. Maybe he will do. I mean, if he stayed, that'd be great. I'd absolutely be buzzing if he did stay. I'd be buzzing about this, man. Cancelo's definitely going, by the way. There's no chance Cancelo stayed. Guys, please do me a massive favour, by the way. Please do hit the like button. What about Ake? Sanjay will... for me, Ake, simply as he's back where he was, where he's got a battle into the team again. But Ake's going to play loads of football, don't worry. He's going to play loads of football. Like Gvardiol will probably start on the bench. You know, it'll probably be as simple as that. I reckon... Yeah, Ake will play. Yeah, every now and then he'll play instead of Diaz. You know, it's a squad game, isn't it? You know, and he will play. He will play. They'll all get on the pitch. And I've got no doubt he'll be absolutely immense. No, I don't think anyone's a set starter tone. Genuinely, mate. Like you don't sign. Well, you say Ake's a starter, pal. Who gets dropped? Maybe. I mean, Ruben Diaz is better on the left hand side, isn't he? I mean, it could be that. It could be that. You know, it could be like it's this instead. Ake plays left centre back, but I don't see that personally. It could be like it's this. We'll see it every now and then, but you know, it might be that. Stones, Diaz. Diaz is better on the left-hand side, really, though. He just is. But he could be that every now and then. A Kanji on the bench. Look, a Kanji and Ake will get plenty of game time either way. Absolutely loads. Pep rotates. Gvardiol might have to sit on the bench, right? I actually agree. They'll all play plenty. Ultimately, though, I do... Look, I know it sounds cruel, but I don't think we'd be signing Gvardiol for 77 million quid if we didn't think he could improve the team. And he simply can improve the team, you know. I do think we'll sign a winger. When you look at the squad right now and you look at the players that we've got, I mean, the options here we've got, obviously, we've got Kovacic as a backup here. So we got Kovacic there. This will have to be, I mean... We haven't got many options, basically. Obviously, Phillips. I can't be asked doing the whole, actually, doubling it up kind of thing. Can't be bothered. But obviously, when you look at the defenders that we've got, we'll have Ortega. Then we'll have Gomez, Rico Lewis. I'm not on the pitch there. Akanji, Calvin Phillips, Mateo Kovacic. We'll have Alvarez. Then it gets into the Gomez, McAtee, Palmer, Bob territory. So we do need maybe another senior player, and I'm happy, because then you've got a backup team. If one more senior player comes in after this, so you'll have... Oh, God, it does get weak. It ends up like this, doesn't it? It ends up with the backup team being pretty piss poor. It ends up being this. That centre-back, I mean, who's that? We haven't got really one, have we? Because he's on the pitch already. Then that'll be Phillips. This would be Kovacic. This would be, I don't know, Palmer. Let's be honest. That would be McAtee. It gets really weak in terms of the current squad. And then you'd have Alvarez. So you look at that now as the backup 11 as it currently stands. Walker might stay. If Walker stays, and then it's fine. Walker staying makes a big difference. Look, imagine we signed Pavard for a Walker replacement, then we signed Doku. All of a sudden, you'd have this instead. It'd be this, wouldn't it? Then if we signed Pavard, it won't be Pavard, but someone like him. Like if you had him all of a sudden, and then you had, I don't know, Doku or something like that. Oops. And then you had something like that. Also, it gets a little bit stronger, doesn't it? It's a little bit stronger in terms of the backup players. It just feels a bit stronger. Like Doku or Olise or someone like that, it just feels a little bit more stronger. That's why an extra defender would be great, because the feeling that you get from these two being added to the squad, Doku and Pavard, something like that, it just feels a lot more... I don't know. I look at. Obviously, you never want to play that team if you had to, unless you really had to. But it feels a bit more like there's more options there. And of course, not everyone would have to play like that. But it just feels a little bit better. So I feel more relaxed. I mean, I do think we should replace Walker. The more I think about it, why would we need another defender? Just because I feel like just injuries are going to happen, and like I feel like we've still one down because Cancelo. What did we have at the start of last season defensively? So we had Cancelo, Kyle Walker, we had Stones, Akanji, Ake, and Gomez. Right, they were the options at the start of last season. Is that right? Am I right with that? Have I missed anyone there? We had Kyle Walker, Gomez. I'm not going to mention Lewis because I'm talking about the start of the season. So Kyle Walker, I guess at the end of the season, we had as our defensive options, we had, but my head's gone tight. Forgot Diaz on the port. Jesus Christ, I'm knackered, Chavi. I'm actually knackered, mate. I'm right up at the start of last season. I'm so tired. Our options defensively were Gomez. It was these two, wasn't it? Can and Gomez. Then it was Laporte, Diaz. It was Stones, Akanji, and this was Walker. Were they the options defensively? It was that, wasn't it? At the end of last season. The start of last season. And Rico Lewis hadn't really broke through yet, so it was like that, wasn't it? Missing Ake, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? I am knackered. I'm so sorry, everyone. We had more than I realised, actually. I'll just put him here. I'll put him here, actually. Okay. So we had a lot more, actually, at the start of the season. So we had... There's 8 there, isn't he, basically? 8 defenders. So now, if Kyle Walker goes... we still have Gomez, obviously. It'd be this, wouldn't it? I'll put Gomez, Ake, VAR and Diaz, and then Ake, Stones, and then it's sort of just right. Tell me if I'm missing anyone here. It's that, isn't it? So we're one down then, aren't we? That's right, isn't it? Yeah, we're one down with Kyle Walker, which is not horrific, but we could do with. Yeah, that's right. So we could do with one more, especially given the fact that. I mentioned Akanji, haven't I? No, I've not mentioned Akanji. Well, not one down then. I've got Ake. Sorry, I've got him in there twice. That's why. There we go. Yeah. I think we could do with one more. Why was that so difficult? But Rodri, I mean, you can't. Rodri, you can use the next to put Ake twice tone. You can't just. I mean, you can say Rodri, but it's hard. It's hard for lack of sleep. You can say Rodri, but if you had it list next to each other, it'd be really easy. Cancelo's still here, emojis, but I think he's definitely going. What if Laporte stays? That'd be. I mean, that solves it easily, doesn't it? I guess. I don't think Laporte does stay personally. I think Cancelo, and I know sort of for a fact that City want Cancelo gone. Like, they just do, you know. Stones is not a midfielder, Benji. He can go there, but he's not currently a midfielder. We need one more defender, like one more. And like, what did we have defense? Like last season, we're just missing. Like if we replace Mahrez with a winger, fine. We replace Kovacic for Gundogan, fine. It's just I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of defenders. We have to replace. We've only replaced one, you know, if Walker, Cancel, and Laporte goes, and that's not enough. I was looking for Croatians, but all I found were Kovacic and Gvardiol. It's the only problem is then it's like we need, you know, we probably need another sentence from that. Either way. Gvardiol is going to be an absolute quality signing. I mean, the thing is, there could always be a new, you know, new young player that comes through every now and then. He'll be used as a centre back though, Benji. You know what I mean? He's not going to be listed as a midfielder. Like if you're going to play a midfielder, like you know, Kovacic, Rodri all starting ahead of him. We've got Gvardiol. I've just got Josko Gvardiol. Josko. What wings do we have? I mean, out wide. It's. I did a tweet. Which sort of says it better yesterday. Let me find my tweet from yesterday where I sort of named the squad. Where's it gone? That's it. That was the squad here where I said there's no Peroni in there because I think he'll go out on loan. But that's I broke it down like this just to show a bit of cross variation, you know. But I didn't want to name anyone twice, so I put midfield stroke wingers because I thought, you know, Bernardo and Foden and McAtee aren't a midfielder or a winger. They're both basically like these are already going to play midfield, aren't they? Rodri, Kovacic, Phillips, De Bruyne. You know, these are already going to play as wingers. Grealish, Palmer, and Bob. These are already going to play as traditional defenders. Kanji, Stones, Vardy, like he'd be left back, centre back, or whatever, right back. These will both play as midfielders and defenders. And these will only play as strikers. So when you list it like that there, you can see that would have been a lot easier. You can see there's only 7 potential centre back defenders there. But you'd suspect Rico Lewis is going to play a lot more in midfield this season. But you can tell when you look at the winger options there, there's only literally Grealish as a guaranteed winger, you know, who's going to play there. But then all of a sudden you could go, well, Foden could play there, or Bernardo. But then you're taking down your creative attacking midfielder options, which limits you to basically just De Bruyne and Bernardo as the attacking midfielders. Kovacic will play as an 8, of course, occasionally. But McAtee is only a kid still, man. Like, I want him to stay, but it's a lot to lean on him. I think you need one more senior player as a winger, personally. Like I think we need one. We either need a creative winger, or we need a winger or attacking midfielder. Basically, that's how I feel it. We've got enough defensive options because you know all these three can sit back and defend. You know they all can, and Stones can play midfield if we're desperate. But creatively, it's just De Bruyne and probably say Foden. I know Bernardo can create, but he can't create in the way that De Bruyne and Foden can. But then it could be that Foden's got to do a shift out on the right wing for whatever reason. So it means we've got one midfielder down. Maybe we then play a double pivot. Kovacic might be more creative than we realise. I don't know. But I feel like we are missing just a midfielder or a winger. We will see. We'll take Caicedo. I don't... No, I wouldn't go for Caicedo. I feel like we need someone with a little bit more nuance, potentially. Like, he's great, but a little bit more creativity. Just a little bit more. Like, I don't know. I feel like we will... I do feel like we'll sign someone. I don't know who it's going to be, but I feel like there'll be another surprise signing. The only good thing now is, of course, like, what's today's date? The 2nd of August. We're going to get... Vardiol's basically done, which means we've got a month to sort out a potential Mahrez replacement and/or... you know, Kyle Walker replacement. And I'm fine with that, you know? I'm fine with that. Do you think Walker's going to stay, by the way? Did I see the Jan tweet about Kimmich? I did not see the what Jan Fjortov. I did not see that tweet. No, let me go and have a check. What is it? A recent one? Was it a recent one from Jan Fjortov? Let's have a look. Interesting. One new number 6. Kimmich is not a 6. Kimmich says I am number 6. Delete says we don't have a number 6. Right. Okay. I mean, he is a 6, isn't he? Like he is a 6. I would take Kimmich in a heartbeat, man. Imagine Kimmich. Imagine what Kimmich would do at Manchester City under Guardiola. Jesus. Psh, absolutely ridiculous. I would love Kimmich at Manchester City. Kimmich, just come to Man City, mate, you know? Drop 100 million on Kimmich. Who says no? He's worth every penny. Doku, by the way, his dribbles, like, I know he's raw, and people say he's not a Guardiola silent. That's why I missed the live video, by the way, before, because I was getting my glasses. So that's me sat in a glasses shop in Manchester. I lost my glasses last night, so I got new ones today. I only went to the cinema. I lost them somewhere. I don't even know how I lost them. Fell out of my bloody pocket. I got contact lenses. Anyway, I saw this stats from Doku. I covered it this morning in the video, but this is he's the most relentless dribbler in Europe. Take-ons and take-on success rate of players with 900 plus minutes in Europe's top 5 leagues in 2022-23. He is absolutely on his own. And bear in mind, he plays in a league with Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. And he's miles out in front of anyone. Absolutely anyone. He's an elite level dribbler. He is only 21 years old. So he is working. He is work in progress. But he's got potential. And I think Guardiola, like, everyone goes around and goes, oh, he's not a Guardiola type winger. Everyone's forgetting, like, he had skillful wingers at Bayern Munich. He came to Manchester City and had skillful wingers in Sane and Sterling be excellent for ages. And then he sort of mixed it up a little bit. But Mahrez at the time wasn't a Guardiola winger, but he came in and was excellent. What if now this is like Guardiola's going back to type and just sort of basically just resetting what we know a little bit, you know? Going back to basically Guardiola always signs things when he feels like he needs a little bit of variation, and I feel like right now he might decide that he actually needs someone who can beat a man. And he's only 21 years old and he's injury prone, admittedly, but could it be that that, you know, Doku coming in could be a little bit of a left field signing for Guardiola, literally, I guess, on the left or right, and just be someone a little bit different? I don't know. I like the idea. My man Scott, mates with the super chat. Scott, thank you so much, my friend. Love you, pal. Says, good to see the manager taking the refresh seriously. Excited for a new chapter in City football. We need this, and I trust them to make the right decisions. Hope you have a good day, Stephen. I'm having a wonderful day, my friend. I went to Manchester. Well, I'm not. I had to spend £150 on my credit card for new glasses today. But it's my fault. I'm in a great mood, though. I've been out with the family to Manchester, so we had some breakfast together as well. I'm good, my friend. I hope you are well. I mean, you're right, absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. It's a big signing, and we are signing for the future there. A player that could just change the course of how City play again. And I think we forget at times, you know, that this system is only very new. There's a presumption that because we won the treble with it, that's the peak of this system. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I actually reckon there's potential for this City side and this system to get even better. Like, genuinely, I do think there's a real chance for it. And when you see what they're capable of and what the football they can play in, how good they could be, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it could get better. Everyone's talking about Caicedo. There's rumours going around that someone's bid 80 million for him for Caicedo. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Let me just see. Let me find that tweet. According to the Brighton guy, an unidentified club has bid more than 80 million for Caicedo. Unidentified. I wonder who that could be. Competition for Chelsea. It can't be Arsenal, surely. Who do you think it could be? What do you all reckon to Caicedo? Imagine it was us. Jesus. What's everyone's verdict on Caicedo then? It probably is just... Well, no, it's not. Other than Chelsea, it says. Do anyone think Liverpool were going for that? I can't see Liverpool. Like, Caicedo is more like... Correct me if I'm wrong. Caicedo's very box-to-box, isn't he? Could be United. Like, to me, I feel like we're looking at Caicedo, and what I see is a potential, like, he's basically a bit Declan Rice, isn't he? Am I wrong there, or right with that? Like, he's obviously technical, but he's a bit of a destroyer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, like, he sort of suits. I mean, look, if City were everything, that would be so exciting. I don't think we are. But imagine we were in for Caicedo, and like, he's a bit more. Yeah, I think he's. What I know of him is. Yeah, he's like more like for Fernandinho than Rice. I mean, that would be wonderful. Like, the versatility it'd allow us then. Like, I think he would, if he came in, if it was us bidding for him, he would. I think he'd be very good in that role that Guardiola obviously had planned for Declan Rice if we did sign him. I mean, I would be buzzing for him. I mean, it's not the creative midfielder that we need, but I guess if Caicedo came in, it would allow, well, fully, I think you'd see basically, I think I wouldn't be surprised if he played this like bloody right back for City. Like, would anyone else see right as a right back stroke inverted midfield or something like that? I don't know. I can't see it being City personally. I don't think it will be. I mean, it'd be nice, don't get me wrong, because I would love it if City thought, fuck it, we're going to splash the cash and go out there. Brighton want Palmer, yeah, maybe. We will see. We will see. Apparently you're waiting for a Premier League player. Where have you heard that, Sarah? God, imagine City sign Gvardiol, Kovacic, Caicedo. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? Then a winger as well, like Doku for like 30 million or something like that. You know, not a bargain signing. Oh, that'd be such a buzz. I wonder, you know, I wonder if it's us. Because we were prepared to go for the right amount of money. You got to bear in mind how much Guardiola loves De Zerbi. Like, absolutely loves it. He loves him, the football that he plays. Tolmy said we're in for a Premier League player, did he? Well, Tolmy's my man. Could be Odyssey. What's Tommy been saying? Tommy, I know Tommy, by the way, and if he says it, I sort of believe him. I genuinely believe him. I'm trying to read his tweets now and see what I missed. Either way, it's all very exciting, isn't it? It's all very exciting. Guys, I'm going to leave it there with this video. I've enjoyed chatting to you all. Please do hit the subscribe button. Please do hit the like button. It's been a cracking time chatting to you all. Gvardiol is going to be a City player. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. He's going to be absolutely immense. And this squad is sort of taking shape now, isn't it? It really is. You can see it. You can feel it changing. You can feel... Like, I feel like things are ticking into gear a little bit. I feel like Pep's probably lambasted them to get everything done now. Don't mess me around. Give me the new players and it will get done. And I think it will get done. I think we will sign a winger. I think we will sign Gvardiol. And maybe there's another surprise signing coming in. Guardiola did say many, many players, by the way. Many, many changes. And I think he's right. Anyway, like this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you later, potentially for another stream. In a bit. Bye-bye.